Hi there, and welcome to the last of the 36 episodes of the Ski Podcast that we've released this year. It's hard to say it's been a great year in 2021 for ski lovers, with lockdowns, travel bans and tests. However, skiing has happened and is happening around the world. So let's finish the year with a collection of snow and resort reports from around the Alps from some of our regular contributors. Switzerland seems like a good place to start, not just because they sponsor the Ski Podcast, but because it's relatively simple to travel there in terms of testing, and also for UK families who've got unvaccinated or single vaccinated kids, it's easier as well. So first up is Simon Burgess, currently on an extended stay in the Valais, where he's taking advantage of a magic pass. He reports for us today from Saas-Fee.
Hi Ian, it's Simon here reporting from the Saas Valley in Valais, Switzerland. I've been snowboarding here over the last week as part of my Magic Pass road trip. The past week has involved riding at Saas-Fee, Saas Almagau and Saas Grund, all of which have had fantastic conditions on piste. The Saas-Fee glacier is particularly enjoyable, however conditions towards the village can get icy in the afternoon. Really, all three resorts could do with a fresh dusting of snow, and as luck would have it, there is snow forecast for the coming days. In fact, just my luck, it's falling in time for me to leave and head towards Anzer. Overall, I'm enjoying the Magic Pass so far, and the offering of the resorts is excellent. I'm really looking forward to heading to Anzer, then Grimentz in the coming weeks. If you would like to learn more about the Magic Pass and the resorts covered, consider heading to my website, simonjackburgess.com, or YouTube channel of the same name, where you will find weekly videos and articles.
Let's move over to Dave Burrows from Snowpro Ski School and the Ski Instructor Podcast. He's also been skiing in Switzerland.
Hello Ian, hope you and all of the listeners are well. It's Dave Burrows from Snowpro Ski School. We have had an amazing start to the season here in the Swiss Romand. So we're skiing a lot in Villars and we're skiing in the Swiss side of the Port de Soleil. And we have had, about 2 weeks ago, we had a week where basically it was digging myself out of my house about 3 times a day. I've never seen a start to the season like it. The snow is absolutely incredible. And then it settled into a really nice sort of high pressure pattern for a week or so. So we had some absolutely amazing skiing, great conditions, never seen like it for years and years out here. So we've got the base is all settled in for the season, and everything is open and going really well. And then this week we've had a bit of a weird weather week. So we've got next 2 days is going to be this sort of horrible rainstorm that's coming through, and above a certain altitude, so I think above about 2,000 metres, it's going to fall as snow, but below that, for the lower lying resorts, it's probably going to fall as rain, which is not going to be amazing. And then towards the end of the week, it goes up to like 14 degrees or something crazy. So a bit of a weird one coming through, and then I think it's going to settle back down to a sort of normal winter weather. So not ideal for the first sort of big week of the holidays, but hopefully for the New Year holiday week, it's going to be okay. Lots of clients making it out, which is really good, despite all the travel confusion and stuff like that. And yeah, so for all of you listening to the Ski Podcast, I hope you've managed to make it out to the Alps or wherever it is that you're going, and we look forward to welcoming you out to the mountains really soon. See you later, Ian. Keep up the great work. See you soon.
Thanks for that, Dave. Let's move over to Austria on the other side of the Alps. We have Andy Butterworth from Kaluma Ski, who reports from St Anton.
Hi everyone, hi Ian. I'm not sure if this is a snow update, weather forecast, news info, or a therapy session for a disgruntled, confused, bemused ski company owner. So I'll try and make it a combination of the lot. Over here in St Anton in the Arlberg in Austria, the snow is fantastic. It's been weeks of really good snow. Last week it didn't really snow, but the piste were in great condition. The off-piste was still really good. But towards the early part of this week, it was getting a little bit bare in places. And the last 2 days has just seen another huge dump of snow. It is raining lower down the valley, that's true. But from 1,300 metres, that's resort height in St Anton, up to 3,000 metres here, it's been dumping with snow. As I speak now, on the 29th, fast approaching New Year, 7 o'clock in the evening, it is dumping with snow outside, all settling The same forecast for tomorrow, the 30th of December. Wishing my time away there. 30th of December is also set for a full day of snow with another 20 to 30 centimetres due tomorrow alone. And that's going to take us into the new year. So any new arrivals coming in for the new year, post-New Year week, is set for a bumper or snow week. As far as news goes, it's mainly good, but a little bit confusing. If you can get to resort, everything is surprisingly normal. Everybody's skiing, everybody's having a good time. Après ski is open, it's just not as we know it. It's more après restaurant or après snack rather than après sort of like ski, drinking, boozing. You have to reserve a table, you have to be seated, it's table service only, you can't stand up and dance at the bar or dance on the dance floor or drink at the bar. You've got to respect the rules, you've got to wear a mask when you go in. You've got to show your proof of 2G, which in Austria your 2G is proof of vaccination, double vaccination, or proof of recovery. The bars and restaurants have to close at 10 o'clock in the evening, which is a shame. It puts a real mess to the whole hospitality side and gastronomic side of St Anton. It means restaurants are busier, which is good for them, but they have to close at kind of 10 o'clock and everyone's out. That's the same if you're in hotels as well. If you're staying in a hotel, service at the hotel bar, the hotel restaurant stops at 10 p.m. at the moment. We very much hope after the new year these rules might change. That may be seen as a good thing for particular chalet companies, shameless plug like Kaluma Travel, who do have private bars in chalets. So if you're in your own accommodation, private accommodation, you can pretty much do what you like. You can have a good party, you can have a good drink, you can enjoy until the early hours of the morning, you can have an après ski in there, and you're kind of exempt from the rules that are in place for everybody else. In terms of leaving a bar at 10 p.m, leaving a restaurant at 10 p.m, you can actually stay in your chalet, in your private house and drink and have a good time for as long as you like. I think the main confusion has lied with all the constant changing of the rules of entry into the country. So Austria put the UK on this dangerous variant list, along with Norway, Denmark and Holland. The rules change for those four countries. The rules are different for all the other European countries and indeed all the other worldwide countries on entering and getting into Austria. I think as long as you check the rules, as long as you have enough time to prepare for the changes in the rules, to get your booster, to get your PCR test, to get them all booked, once you get to resort, you will have a good time. Because the skiing is great, the snow is great, the resort's open, everybody is happy to see people here. And everyone is trying their very best to continue with ski life as normal. So that's my update. That's my therapy. Thank you very much for letting me rant. In summary, fantastic snow is going to get better over the next 24 hours. And moving into the weekend and into the new year, the conditions should be phenomenal with blue skies and fresh snow. Happy New Year, everyone. And we hope very much to see you in the Alps sometime soon. Cheers.
Thanks, Andy, for that very comprehensive report from St Anton. Let's go over to Keith Webb, who's over in Kaprun.
Hi Ian, it's Keith Webb here with an update from Kaprun on the current snow conditions. So, we haven't had any fresh snow probably since the beginning of December. However, the conditions on the glacier are first class. Snow cannon have been out and covering up any potential bare patches. So everything's open. Everything's running, all conditions are good because the temperature's been low. So you've got basically powder snow on top of a mix of man-made. So it's definitely good skiing up there. I was up there yesterday and everything looks pretty good. Around Zelensee you can say the same. The temperature has been reasonably low, although a few days of sort of above zero temperatures on the Schmitten means that you've got a sort of icy crust in the morning, but conditions are good. It's open down into the village, and the whole area is now open with no queues. So even though on a busy day you get to the car park, you look around and you go, oh, it's busy today, and you go in and there's no queues. So the skiing is good. The same thing goes for Saalbach into Glam, Fieberbrunn, Leogang, around all the way around this area. So if you can get here, I would say get here fast. There is some snow in the forecast for the coming few days, but not a great deal, perhaps 20 centimetres over a couple of days, which should sort of freshen things up. However, there is a potential of a bit of rain lower down, so that could mitigate it a little bit. Good luck getting out here, guys. It's definitely worth it if you can make it. I know it's a bit tricky, but hopefully see you soon. Bye.
Thanks for that, Keith. Right, he mentioned it was tricky getting out to Austria. It's even trickier getting to France. There's currently a travel ban from the UK. However, we are hoping that's going to change. Listen to episode 86 coming out just after New Year for some more info on that. In the meantime, though, it is possible to ski over there, and we've got a few reports from different resorts. So let's start off with Alex Armand, who's out in Les Deux Alpes.
Hi, this is Alexandra Armand from Tip Top Ski Coaching in Les Deux Alpes, with an update to the snow conditions and how the closing of the border between the UK and France is affecting ski resorts. So the snow conditions have been absolutely fantastic, and we've seen quite a lot of snowfall over the last few days. Sadly, this has been mixed in with a little bit of rain as well, which has had some adverse effect to the snowpack, although it is now beautifully sunny again and will stay that way for the next few days. As far as the borders closing, we have seen a reduction in reservations for most of the time from English people. However, this week there have been a lot of French travelling to the resort, so it has felt its usual busy holiday atmosphere. And of course, we're very much hoping that this will be resolved and that the borders will open again for people to be able to come and enjoy the French ski resorts from early January.
Well, we feel the same as well, Alex. Let's go on to Steve Angus, a private instructor who's based out in Val d'Isère.
Well, as I look out the window once again here in Val d'Isère, I've got a very pleasant view of snow that's been falling non-stop for about the last 2 days. But it's come after pretty much 2, maybe 3 weeks of non-stop sunshine. And that, of course, was before that was non-stop snow. So this top-up of snow is very, very welcome indeed. It's very warm, I have to say, for the last 48 hours or so. It's never really wavered too much from the 0 degrees mark. So it's pretty warm and sticky and wet snow out there, but about best part of a metre has fallen so far. That, of course, has led to quite high avalanche risks and not too much open at the moment, but give it 24 hours and they'll get things nicely cleared up and safe out there. This snow that has come will be excellent for improving the actual piste condition, and it will make things nice and fresh, because it was getting a little bit icy in some places. And in fact, lower down, off-piste was getting a bit thin, so you had to be a bit careful. So this will really, really change everything around, and once it's settled down, then there'll be some fantastic piste skiing to be had, as well as some off-piste options as well. The coverage was a little thin, as I said, so up high will be in lovely deep powder, but low down there might be the odd thing just hiding below the surface. In terms of openings, everything is open. The link, obviously, to Teen, apart from today, because the avalanche risk and the weather and stuff like that is open. The wind up high has been affecting some lift openings, but it shouldn't generally be too much of an issue. A couple of technical issues on a couple of the lifts, but I'm pleased to say that the Ladai gondola is now back in action. With the weather as it was today, it was very welcome to see that lift up and running again after there was a small little electrical fire that meant they had to replace some of the components. As for the slopes themselves, they are incredibly quiet. Around about 25% quieter on the slopes this week, and even quieter than it would be next week. Obviously, this is mainly because British people can't get out here, but it's meaning there's hardly any lift queues anywhere in the resort, apart from first thing in the morning to get up and out. But fantastic piste conditions, no lift queues, and wonderful skiing to be had for those that are able to get out here, or indeed if you're lucky enough to already be in resort.
Thanks for that, Steve. Probably, listener, you already subscribe to the Ski Podcast, but just in case you don't, make sure you listen in to episode 86 coming out early next week, where Steve will give us a little more information as to how Val d'Isère has been affected by the French travel ban on UK visitors. Let's go to Bethany Garner, who is in Planjou, a small resort you may not have heard of, which quite near to Chamonix and opposite Megève and Saint-Gervais.
So I'm currently sat in the sunshine in the small family resort of Planjou, which is in the Haute-Savoie of France, just opposite Saint-Gervais and Megève, which are slightly better known. We've had a really interesting week of weather. Pre-Christmas, we had fantastic cold conditions, amazing piste, and still some snow for skiing off-piste. But that all changed just before Christmas Eve when the temperatures started to rise, and we've had a period of warm and wet weather. Unfortunately, with a freezing level of 2, 3, maybe even higher in some parts. So up high, amazing conditions. A bit lower down, do you know what? Actually not too bad. The pistes are good in the mornings, a bit slushy in the afternoons. Not much off-piste to speak of lower down, but really not bad in the sunshine. And the good news is that next week, kind of after New Year, looks like it's going to get cold again, and with a snow front coming in. So if you are lucky enough to have escaped to France, then you're in for some pretty decent conditions now the rain stopped. And yeah, a few days of sun followed by a cold front coming in. So fingers crossed, rules might change and a few more of you might be able to make it out to France.
And let's finish off with Alex Irwin, presenter of the YouTube channel 150 Days of Winter, who reports for us from Courchevel.
Hi Ian, Alex from 150 Days of Winter with my last Courchevel snow report of 2021. After receiving a record snowfall at the start of December, the recent snowfall has had one downfall. Well, it hasn't been cold enough, so it's been raining for the past couple of days. Unfortunately, because of COVID, the Grand New Year's fireworks display has been cancelled. But fear not, Courchevel will have to survive with another 10 displays throughout the season. Oh, those silly COVID rules. Apart from that, the slopes are in excellent condition, thanks partially to the reduced number of skiers on the slopes before Christmas. The recent rainfall has hardened the slopes up, but there's still some excellent snow around, especially over in Val Thorens. And of course, since the new rules came into effect, there is still a surprising number of British voices and cars heard around resort, which is always a good sign. So let's hope that 2022 is a good year for snow, for skiing, and for ski podcasts. And on that, I wish you a happy new year from Courchevel and 150 Days of Winter. Ciao.
Well, I don't think anyone could sum it up better than Alex did just then. Let's hope for lots of snow, lots of skiing, and lots of ski podcasts. We've released 36 of them during 2021. And listener, if this is your first one, there's 132 of them for you to catch up with. So plenty out there. And we'll be releasing a lot more during 2022 as well. So thanks very much for your support. And we look forward to sharing a great ski year with you in 2022.